Okay, so I've had the worst possible start to New Year. I've never imagined that ऐसा कुछ मेरे साथ होगा. I've been missing from social media and everywhere for the last 3 days because I was held hostage by some scammers. I'm still in a little bit of a shock about what I've been through in those 40 hours, how excruciating it was for me. I've lost money. I've lost my mental health to this. And I can't believe that this happened to me. And the more people I'm telling about this, the more I'm finding out that this is a very rampant scam and people need to know about this, which is why I want to tell you guys exactly what happened. I'm talking about 40 hours of being isolated, of being on क्या बोलते हैं, digital arrest, where I could contact nobody and I was tortured. And I'm talking about this because I think it's important that all of us talk about this because this is very rampant. इतना हो रहा है as we speak. मतलब मुझे इतने सारे DMs आ गए already about how this has happened in their family, about someone, and people have lost money, etc. So I really want you guys to know what happens. A lot of times when these scams happen, you figure it out in the first few seconds and you're like, fuck this shit. But if you're someone like me who falls for it, this is how bad it can get. Okay, so here's what happens. मुझे परसों सुबह जिम से आने के बाद एक कॉल आती है फ्रॉम अ वेरी लाइक वियर्ड नंबर +1 समथिंग इंटरनेशनल नंबर. And I just pick it up without thinking a lot, and it was an automated call which said that your delivery, your courier delivery has been cancelled. Press 0 for support. Now I've not sent any couriers, but I still press 0 because I was just curious. I was like, what is this delivery? What are they talking about? And कई बार मुझे brand से भी packages वगैरह आते हैं, so I was just curious to know कि क्या what is this delivery, okay? So I press 0 on that call. Biggest mistake of my life. I press 0. Customer support answers. I tell them कि सर मेरे को ये कॉल आया कि आपको कोई पैकेज कैंसिल हो गया. What is this package? He says, what is your name? I tell him my name. He says, sir, let me check. He checks and he tells me, sir, आपके पैकेज में इलीगल सामान पकड़ा गया है. आप एक पैकेज चाइना भेज रहे थे चाइना टू समवन, एंड कस्टम्स ने ये पैकेट पकड़ लिया है और इसमें बहुत कुछ इलीगल सामान है. लाइक आई डोंट वांट टू मेंशन ऑल ऑफ दैट, इट्स वेरी स्कैरी. आई गॉट स्कैर्ड. आई सेड, सर मैंने कोई पैकेज नहीं भेजा है, दिस इज़ नॉट माई पैकेज. ही सेड, बट सर आपका नाम, आपका आधार कार्ड सब इसमें है, एंड there is no mistake in this is your package, and this is a very serious crime and now you will be arrested. There is an arrest warrant already in your name. And he started giving me like details about किस टाइम पे ये पैकेज उनके पास पहुंचा, किस टाइम पे निकला and all that. And I'm just panicking and I'm telling him, sir, this is not my package, there is some mistake वगैरह वगैरह. He said, now you have to talk to the police and you have 1 hour. I know a lot of you might know about this scam, digital arrest, but I didn't know, so I want to share this because I'm sure a lot of people might fall for it. And I also want you guys to know what happens when you actually fall for these things and how dangerous they can get. भाई मतलब मैं anyway, so he tells me कि आपके पास 1 घंटा है पुलिस के पास जाने के लिए. एंड आई टेल हिम कि सर जो आप मेरे को ट्रैकिंग आईडी दे रहे हो आपकी वेबसाइट पे वो दिखाई नहीं रहा ट्रैकिंग आईडी. एंड ही इज़ लाइक, या बिकॉज अभी सीज हो गया पैकेज, सो वो नंबर अब ब्लॉक हो गया है, सो नाउ यू हैव टू गो टू द पुलिस एटसेट्रा. एंड ही स्टार्ट स्कैरिंग मी कि आपको इसी पुलिस स्टेशन में जाकर रिपोर्ट करना है क्योंकि हमारे आपने इस ब्रांच में आके दिया था और हमारे पास प्रूफ है. एंड आई एम लाइक, हु इज़ यूजिंग माई आइडेंटिटी? एंड ही इज़ लाइक, हाँ सर आपकी कोई आइडेंटिटी यूज़ करा है, यू नीड टू talk to the police. And then he convinces me that I don't have enough time to go to the police station, so he will do me a favor by connecting me to the police directly because this is serious crime and there is already an arrest warrant on my name. So he connects me to a police station, okay, and that number says Juhu Mumbai Police, literally says Juhu Mumbai Police. So he transfers the call on I don't know how, but this call gets transferred to a WhatsApp call, which is a video call with some police officer, and you can see the police officer, he's in police ki vardi and all that, and he's talking to me and he starts telling me that आपके नेम के अंडर मैंने अभी चेक करा बहुत सारे फ्रॉड केसेस हैं and you are involved in money laundering, drug trafficking and like a lot of serious, very very serious crimes. And he starts interrogating me and he's taking कुछ criminals के नाम and how do you know these people, you work for them, this that, and मतलब मेरे तोते उड़ गए हैं. आई एम लाइक, व्हाट इज़ हैपनिंग, ये दिस इज़ नॉट माई पैकेज, आई डोंट नो दीज पीपल, व्हाट आर दीज. एंड ही इज़ लाइक, आपका इस बैंक में आपका अकाउंट है, ये है वो है, यहाँ से लीगल एक्टिविटीज़ हो रही है. आई एम लाइक, सर मेरा इस बैंक में कोई अकाउंट नहीं है, कभी नहीं था. ही इज़ लाइक, वो आप हु आर यू लाइंग टू वगैरह वगैरह. एंड देन आफ्टर ग्रिलिंग मी फॉर सम टाइम ऑन अ वीडियो कॉल, ही इज़ लाइक, ओके सो मे बी आपका आइडेंटिटी थेफ्ट हुआ है, आपका किसी ने आइडेंटिटी चुराया है. सो आई विल ट्रांसफर द कॉल टू एंड मतलब तुम्हें पता है तुमने कुछ गलत नहीं करा, यू आर नथिंग टू बी स्कैर्ड ऑफ, बट ये सिचुएशन ऐसी बना देते हैं ना कि मतलब द वे दे टॉक टू यू, द वे दे आर इंटेरोगेटिंग यू एंड द वे दे आर टेलिंग यू थिंग्स लाइक कि तुमने कराओ ना कराओ, तुम्हारी आइडेंटिटी यूज़ हो चुकी है और सारे प्रूफ्स तुम्हारे अगेंस्ट है, तुम्हारी फैमिली अंडर थ्रेट है, तुम अंडर थ्रेट हो, तुम्हारी जान खतरे में है, और अब हम तुम्हें ट्राई लाइक वी आर ट्राइंग टू हेल्प यू एंड यू नीड दैट हेल्प बिकॉज दे आर टेलिंग यू दैट दिस इज यू हैव ऑलरेडी लैंडेड अप इन अ ट्रबल एंड दिस इज लाइक अ बिग नेशनल इशू एंड यू आर अ प्राइम सस्पेक्ट एंड ऑल दैट, एंड तुम्हारा दिमाग काम करना बंद कर देता है बिकॉज दैट टाइम यूर जस्ट लाइक भाई मैंने नहीं करा, गेट मी आउट ऑफ दिस, एंड ही इज लाइक येस आई विल गेट यू आउट ऑफ दिस, जस्ट कोऑपरेट विद मी, okay? And then he's telling me your family, everybody is under danger, like life threat, and I'm like, sir, what can I do? And he said, just cooperate with us, we will help you prove your innocence, because if you don't prove your innocence, you're a prime suspect in this national case and you're going to be in detention and they're going to rape you and they're going to beat you up. They're telling me all of this. I don't want to get into each and every detail because I don't think I can. So I tell him, sir, मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ? And he said, just cooperate with us, we will help you. And then they say, you are now under self-custody, which basically, what the fuck? You're now under self-custody, and I had no idea that it meant that for the next 40 hours, I'm not exaggerating, for the next 40 hours, I would not be able to cut that call, and I would be on video call for the next 40 hours, and I would not have any contact with the outside world. I would not be able to, I was not allowed to pick calls, I was not allowed to message people or reply to their messages, let anybody in the house. I had to switch off every gadget in my house. They literally were like, you have to switch off everything in your house, any gadget, even the smart bulbs I had to switch off. And they extracted every possible information out of me, every possible information. And I think the second biggest mistake was when they say switched off all your gadgets, etc. I literally switched off everything, my laptop, everything, and I showed it to them कि सर मैंने बंद कर दिया and all that. And then they were like, आपके 2 shoulders दिखने चाहिए, आपका head दिखना चाहिए, so the camera had to be a little away, so I couldn't check messages, people were messaging me, etc, etc, and I had some work calls that I couldn't attend because I was under this arrest, and people are calling me, my friends are calling me, they're messaging me, and I'm crying and I'm saying, sir, people are messaging me, can I just at least inform them? And they said, no, this is a secret, you're on a secret mission now, and if you tell anybody, we'll come and arrest you right now, and these people's lives are in danger if you contact them. And the thing with these scams is, if you buy one lie, they will tell 10 more, and those will be scarier things, and if you buy those 10 more, they will tell you 30 more lies. So मेरी गलती ये थी कि मैंने उनकी पहली बात मान ली और उसके बाद ये लूप चलता गया, and I kept falling for their bullshit, and it kept getting scarier, and I was under this digital arrest. They basically told me that now, till the time you're proven innocent, you have to be on this video call because we're recording every second of this, and this will be used as evidence, and we're noticing your behavior, and anything suspicious that you do, if you try to contact the outside world, if you try to open the laptop, if you try to check your messages, this will be used against you and you will be put in detention, and horrible things will happen to you. And the thing is, when they isolate you from the rest of the world, the brainwashing begins, and they're very good at it. They're very good at it because they also play good cop, bad cop. Like, one person is trying to tell you that I'm trying to help you, and then they transfer the call to someone else who's grilling you, and then you give them more details about your life. They use it against you to scare you even more. They took my bank details. They took so many details of my life about people around me. And they're constantly telling me, we're trying to help you, just cooperate. I mean, they're telling me things like, तुम्हारा career खराब हो जाएगा अगर तुम detention में चले गए तो, your career will be over, your money will be gone, your parents are under, like, their life is under threat. And like, when you live away from home and someone tells you this, तुम्हारी फट जाती है यार, and you're like, yeah, I'll do whatever you tell me to do. And they're telling you that they're CBI and they're trying to help you. So whatever you do, you're trying to help the nation, and this is a secret mission that you're on now. So now, till you prove your innocence, you're a prime suspect. So now you help us find the criminal. This went on for 40 hours. I was howling, crying, begging them to just let me get back to normal life. But no, I can't pick messages. And every time I would get a message, they would tell me, you have to switch on your screen recording and show us everything that is happening on your phone. So every message that I got, every reply that they allowed me to send, it was all screen recorded. And they had to see everything, any call that I'm getting, ये कौन है, इसने तुम्हें क्यों कॉल किया है, ये ऐसे क्यों लिख रहे हैं मैसेज में, everything. Okay, now this is when it gets scary, okay? दिस स्टार्टेड इन द मॉर्निंग, शाम हो गई है, एंड आई एम लाइक भाई ये क्या, वेयर इज दिस गोइंग, आई एम नॉट बीन एबल टू कॉन्टैक्ट पीपल. I had work calls that day that I skipped, and that's very unlike me. So my team was obviously like, how can Ankush skip a work call? He's not like this. And if he skips something, he will always message. Not messaging. I'm not messaging my friends. And then they start telling me, because people will get suspicious, they said, you have to make everybody in your life believe like you're okay. And you just can't talk to them because you're busy. Because they said, if even people around you suspect that you're on to something, you will be in trouble, they will be in trouble. So to save them and to save yourself and your family, you have to convince these people that you're okay and you're voluntarily not talking to them. So तुम उनका फ़ोन काट रहे हो, मैं अपने दोस्तों का फ़ोन लगातार काट रहा हूँ, and they're like, भाई where are you, तुम बात क्यों नहीं कर रहे हो, you have not posted on social media, you have not stepped out of your house, where the fuck are you? And I'm like, no, I'm okay, I'm good, everything is good, I'll talk to you later, I'm busy. And they were also like, at this point my friends were like, okay, maybe he just needs some space, it's okay. And then I was left alone, and I was just like, fuck, like now what do I do? I can't even ask for help now because these people will see it. And they were like, your phone is being tapped, your friends' phones are being tapped, everything is being tapped, so you can't like do anything suspicious. And they also said like, अपना phone charge पे लगाओ, अपना phone charge. Every 10 minutes they would remind me to put my phone on charge, कि मेरा phone switch off नहीं होना चाहिए बिल्कुल. And they were telling me कि उन्हें पता चल रहा है when my phone is on charge, when it's not on charge, because everything is being. And मुझे टेक्नोलॉजी इतनी नहीं समझ आती, तो मैंने मान लिया कि ये हो रहा है. एंड उस मोमेंट में जब तुम पूरी दुनिया से आइसोलेटेड होते हो, तुम सब मानते हो जो तुम्हें बोलते हैं. एंड आई वाज जस्ट लाइक, जस्ट गेट मी आउट ऑफ दिस, आई विल डू वट एवर यू टेलिंग मी टू. एंड आई लिटरली स्लेप्ट ऑन अ वीडियो कॉल. इट वाज, माई फोन वॉज ऑन चार्जिंग द होल नाइट. लाइक फॉर 40 hours माई फोन was just on charging and I was just on a video call. I was sleeping, and मैं हल्की सी भी कुछ भी movement करता था, they were like, Mr. Ankush, what are you doing? Go back to your spot. We can't see you. There's that, switch on the light. Now this is when it gets scary. The next morning, my friends start showing up at my door one by one, like Bhavna, Shivani, Chirag, because I'm not picking their calls, and I'm also writing, no, don't worry, I'm fine, I'm busy, etc. And Bhavna manages my work, so she's like, he's not working, what the fuck, like they're talking आपस में, मेरी बहन तक news पहुंच गई, and I'm crying in front of these officers, and I'm like, sir, my dad is a heart patient, like this, if this news reaches them, they will freak out and they can't even contact me, this is not okay. I'm howling and I'm begging, don't do this is traumatic for them. And then they start landing up at my door. And these people tell me, go to the door, tell them to go away, but do it convincingly because you're being recorded and you can't be suspicious about it. So मेरे दरवाजे पे एक छोटा सा दरवाजा है, like a peephole that you open and you can see who's there. I could see them, they could see my face कि मेरी फटी पड़ी, and I was telling them, no, I'm fine, I just need space, just go back, just go back, just go back. And my friends are literally sending me messages ki, is someone holding you hostage, this is not normal behavior, do you need help, this, that. And I can't, and they're making, every time there's a notification on my phone, they've convinced me that I need to send a screenshot to them or screen record it and show it to them on a video call, whatever. And they're seeing everything. And imagine the trauma. These people are like, my friends are like, please don't harm yourself, because they are thinking I'm probably having a mental breakdown or something. Like मेरा friend घर के नीचे था, उसको दिख रहा था मैं थोड़ा सा, like मेरा face, and I'm crying on a video call, and they're wondering कि what is wrong with him, ऐसा क्या हो रहा है इसके साथ. It was traumatic. Then they tell me, अपने friends को बोलो तुम्हारे घर के नीचे से जाएं, क्योंकि हमने तुम्हारे घर के नीचे लोग रखे हुए हैं तुम्हारी security के लिए. Now I'm scared about their security, so I convince them to go. And then they say, now you have to go and do a task for us. And they send me out of the house to a bank, and they're constantly on a call with me on my earbuds. So they send me out of the house. By the way, this time I have not eaten anything, okay? Because they're torturing me and I'm not eating anything. And शाम के 3 बज गए हैं और मैंने सुबह से कुछ नहीं खाया. And now they're sending me to a bank, and I'm constantly on a call with them, and they're like, अपना ऑटो का, जिस ऑटो में तुम जा रहे हो, जिस ऊबर तुमने बुक करी है, स्क्रीनशॉट भेजो. They have the number plate, etc. And they're like, we have people following you, so you can't do anything suspicious because our people are behind you. Imagine. Then as they send me to a bank and they ask me to do some very fishy transactions, and I have no other option but to do it, okay? And this entire thing took 2 to 3 hours, and 2 to 3 hours of trauma of what is happening, this, that. And thankfully, my luck, thankfully वो transaction successful नहीं हो पाई in the bank. I don't want to get into details, but वो transaction नहीं successful हो पाई और बैंक की branch बंद हो गई. And then they're like, now you can't go home. Now you go to this hotel, book this hotel and stay there tonight. You can't go home. Now so they tell me तुम्हें अब किसी होटल जाके रहना है, and they've told me, they've given me यही होटल तुमको जाके रहना है क्योंकि तुम्हारा घर अभी safe नहीं है. And imagine hearing all of this, it's so scary, one after the other, like all of these things for so many hours. You're like, fuck, shit is getting serious, my life is in danger, whatever. Now you stay in the hotel, and they obviously did this because now I figure कि क्योंकि मेरे दोस्त आके मेरे पे check कर रहे थे, at some point they would have figured something is wrong, so they were like, so घर पे रोकना ही नहीं है, and I can't tell anybody that I'm not going home, I'm going to some hotel. So I check into some hotel, and they're like, हमने इस hotel के नीचे भी अपने लोग छोड़े हुए हैं, so you can't do anything suspicious, etc. And you are whatever, you are under this mission. And रात हो जाती है, and I get very 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 anxious, and like I'm literally shaking. I'm like, what is happening, sir? Please save me, please get me out of this situation. And they're feeding into this anxiety and telling them, yes, we're on your team, we're making this happen, but please cooperate, this, that. Okay. And again, my luck, even in that hotel room, imagine ये पूरी कॉल तब से चल रही है, उस दिन सुबह से. Okay, same video call. मैं ऑलमोस्ट सो पड़ा ऑन दैट होटल बेड, एंड सडनली मेरी आँख खुली और सामने कैमरा था, और वहाँ पे एक मैसेज का पॉपअप आया, और मेरे को लगा कि एक लंबा सा मैसेज है. शिवानी का नाम दिखा मुझे, बिकॉज यू नो शिवानी, भावना, चिराग, माई सिस्टर, ऑल ऑफ दीज पीपल वर ट्राइंग टू कॉन्टैक्ट मी कॉन्स्टेंटली, तो उनके मैसेजेस आए जा रहे थे. नाउ आई सॉ हर मैसेज, और उसमें लिखा था कि लुक्स लाइक यू आर अंडर सम सॉर्ट ऑफ हाउस अरेस्ट, एंड इफ दैट्स ट्रू इट्स अ फ्रॉड, प्लीज डोंट बाय इनटू इट. और मैंने क्विकली ये मैसेज पढ़ लिया, एंड दे ऑल्सो सस्पेक्टेड समथिंग सस्पिशियस, एंड दे वर लाइक, आप क्या पढ़ रहे हो. एंड आई सेड, नहीं सर, कुछ नहीं. मेरा दिमाग चला, आई वाज लाइक, व्हाट द फक, लाइक हैज दिस बीन अ फ्रॉड, अ स्कैम ऑल दिस वाइल. एंड आई थिंक दे सेंस समथिंग, एंड दे सेड, हमें स्क्रीन रिकॉर्ड करके दिखाओ समथिंग. उन्हें समझ आ गया, एंड आई वाज लाइक, फक, आई नीड टू गेट आउट ऑफ दिस होटल, दिस इज नॉट सेफ. तो फिर मुझे लगा कि यार स्कैम है कि नहीं है पता नहीं, आई जस्ट नीड टू जस्ट डू समथिंग नाउ. कुछ करके मैंने सोचा बहुत देर, ऐसे आई वाज जस्ट पेसिंग अराउंड द कैमरा, एंड आई वाज जस्ट लाइक, ये स्कैम है कि नहीं है, अच्छा ये हुआ है, पिछले 2 दिन में ये हुआ है, एंड यस दिस डज फील लाइक स्कैम, बट ऑल्सो दिस फील्स वेरी लेजिट, व्हाट इफ आई एम रॉन्ग, दिस दैट, व्हाट इफ आई गेट इनटू ट्रबल, बट आई नीड टू डू समथिंग, व्हाटएवर. ही ऑल्सो गॉट वेरी सस्पिशियस, लाइक आपका बिहेवियर चेंज कैसे हो गया सर, प्लीज़ जाके वहाँ पर बैठ जाइए, आप अपना केस ख़राब कर रहे हैं, आपके जब तक ये सब आप पूरा ख़त्म नहीं करेंगे तब तक आप इनोसेंट प्रूव नहीं होंगे, व्हाटएवर. उसकी भी फट गई, मेरी भी फट गई, ठीक है. फिर मैं कुछ करके मैंने जस्ट कॉल कट करी, अपना सामान उठाया, भागा होटल से बाहर, एंड फिर मैं जाके एक ऑटो में बैठा, एंड आई कॉल्ड शिवानी, एंड आई वाज लाइक, भाई तूने जो मैसेज किया मेरे साथ एग्जैक्टली वही हो रहा है, एंड माई वॉइस वाज शेकिंग एंड एवरीथिंग, एंड दे वर लाइक, जस्ट कम टू अस, दिस इज अ स्कैम, डोंट वरी, तुझे कुछ नहीं होगा, दिस इज अ वेरी पॉपुलर स्कैम, हाउ डिड यू फॉल फॉर इट, वगैरह वगैरह. And then I go sit in an auto outside the hotel, and I have tears in my eyes. I'm like, fuck, like I'm feeling very very unsafe, because I'm like, what if इनके गुंडे पीछे पड़ जाएं, and what if this, I sit in the auto and I suddenly get out of the auto thinking, what if this auto wala is planted by them, and my friends are like, nahi, don't worry, you're freaking out, kuch nahi hone wala hai, this is just a very popular scam, you should have just cut their call and blocked their number, and you know, kuch nahi hoga, you're safe. But I was under so much trauma of like 40 hours of this torture that मुझे बस हर चीज़ सस्पिशियस लग रही थी. एंड अगेन दिस वाई एम शेयरिंग ऑल ऑफ दिस, बिकॉज आई वॉन्ट यू गाइज टू नो दैट अगर तुम पहले 5 सेकंड में इनको काट दो, ब्लॉक कर दो, इफ़ यू हैव द प्रेजेंस ऑफ माइंड देन ग्रेट, बट इफ यू समवन लाइक मी हू फॉल्स फॉर समथिंग लाइक दिस, तो दिस इज द लेंथ टू विच दे कैन गो टू स्कैम यू फॉर योर मनी. इमेजिन, मतलब उन्होंने मुझे होटल में इसलिए रखा क्योंकि वो उस दिन वो ट्रांजैक्शन उनकी पूरी नहीं हो पाई, तो फिर वो मुझे तब तक रखते और वो मुझसे ऐसे इंस्टॉलमेंट्स में पैसे निकलवाते रहते, और मैं करता रहता गधों की तरह. After this, and all of my friends were together, like they were, imagine वो लोग कब से stressed थे, and they were all together figuring out ही कभी घर से बाहर निकले, and imagine, and they had no idea that I'm in the hotel, so अगर वो मेरे घर आके मुझे ढूंढते, उन्हें मैं घर पे नहीं मिलता, and imagine the trauma that they would have gone through. And then I finally contacted them, and we all met, and we went to the police and told them, etc. And we got to know, again, like मेरे friends को पता था कि ये scam चल रहा है, मुझे नहीं पता था. And again, मुझे अभी बहुत सारे DMs भी आ रहे हैं कि how did you not know about this scam? यार, I genuinely didn't know, and this is a learning for me. It's so important to watch news. It's very very important to know that these things are happening. And मैंने कितने सारे लोगों को बताया, और मुझे इतने लोगों ने बोला है कि they all know someone who's been through this. And I wish I knew in the first 5 seconds to just fucking cut that call and block these numbers. Because उन लोगों ने इतना manipulate किया, and this is the length that they went to. Imagine, like, मतलब this is, अगर तुम्हें at some point लगता भी है कि स्कैम है, तो तुम सोचते हो कि भाई इतनी देर थोड़ी चलेगा स्कैम, मतलब इतने 40 घंटे तक थोड़ी तुम्हें कोई स्कैम करेगा, इतना वेला कौन होता है. तो या, I mean, I am safe now. I've taken a day to process it, and अब तो मतलब मैं और मेरे दोस्त इस बात का मजाक भी उड़ा रहे हैं. And I know a lot of you will say कि how stupid are you to not know कि ऐसे कुछ नहीं होता है और ये वो, but I mean, it is what it is. I also feel very very stupid, and I'm very angry at myself to have fallen for something so stupid. Now that I think of it, I should have known from the first second. But I panicked, and this is what happened when I panicked. And they played on it, and I'm easy to manipulate, I guess, and I'm also very stupid to have not known the basics कि चीज़ें कैसी होती हैं. मुझे नॉलेज नहीं थी इस बारे में कि ऐसे नहीं हो सकता. Nobody can just like digitally arrest you. It's not a thing. So just know this. They're looking for stupid people like me, and they found me. And if you're stupid like me, I don't want them to find you. So जो हम बोलते हैं ना अपने पेरेंट्स की जनरेशन को बताना चाहिए कि ये सब स्कैम है, वो आई एम दैट पर्सन. मुझे बताना चाहिए कि ये स्कैम चल रहा है. डोंट फॉल फॉर इट. डोंट क्लिक ऑन दिस लिंक. आई एम दैट इलिटरेट पर्सन. So yeah. And bro, just a tiny little detail, when these people on a video call with me, they were in a police ki vardi, okay? And the background looked like a legit police station. So in the first 5 seconds, I was just scared. And they could see it on my face. And they were like, बकरा मिल गया, ये फंसेगा, ये मोटी पार्टी मिली है हमें जिसका दिमाग भी मोटा है. इसीलिए मैं रियलिटी टीवी नहीं करता हूँ. इसलिए आई ऑलवेज से नो टू रियलिटी शोज, क्योंकि आई एम द पर्सन जो बिग बॉस के पहले हफ्ते में निकाला जाएगा. सो या आई मीन, बट मेरे जैसे बहुत लोग हैं यार. मतलब अगर इफ यूर टू इनोसेंट, एंड इट्स नॉट इवन अबाउट इनोसेंट, आई थिंक इट्स अबाउट बीइंग अनइन्फॉर्म्ड ऑनेस्टली, विच इज नॉट कूल. वी शुड ऑल नो अबाउट दीज स्कैम्स. थोड़ा न्यूज़ देखनी चाहिए. We should, like, this is general awareness that we should have. We should have general awareness of how the law works, or how, you know, how these things are carried out if you're accused in something. तो ये कैसे ये होता है कि कोई तुम्हें लाइक अरेस्ट वारंट कैसे आता है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल. क्या वो पोस्ट से आता है, क्या वो ओवर व्हाट्सएप आ सकता है कि नहीं. ये सब नॉलेज हम सबको होनी चाहिए. एंड दिस इज माई लर्निंग फ्रॉम दिस, दैट लाइक स्टूपिड उपिड बोलना, मजाक उड़ाना, ऑल ऑफ दैट इज फाइन. बट ये बेसिक जनरल अवेयरनेस हम सबको होनी चाहिए एज अडल्ट्स. And don't fall for these scams. And there are too many scams out there. If you get to know about a scam, don't take it lightly. Tell everybody you know about it. Everybody should know. Also, one more detail. They didn't let me eat. खाना नहीं खा रहा था मैं. First day, I didn't eat anything. रात को they allowed me to order something, क्योंकि obviously वो किसी को अंदर नहीं आने दे रहे थे, cook को or whatever. So I had no food. And I was allowed to cook or whatever, but मतलब I was so traumatized. मैंने कुछ cook नहीं करा. तो शाम को देवल कुछ ऑर्डर कर लो. मैंने एक रोल ऑर्डर किया, वो रोल में मुझसे पूरा नहीं खाया गया. आई वाज सो स्ट्रेस्ड. द नेक्स्ट मॉर्निंग 7 बजे मैं उठा और मैंने पहला मील खाया शाम को 6 बजे. पूरे दिन उन्होंने मुझे कुछ खाने नहीं दिया. दे वर जस्ट इन्वॉल्विंग मी इन दीज फिशी ट्रांजैक्शंस. जो अब पैसा मेरा वापस नहीं आने वाला है. आई लॉस्ट दैट मनी. दे सेंट मी टू द बैंक टू डू दीज फिशी ट्रांजैक्शंस एक्सेट्रा. नए होटल में चेक इन करने के बाद दे अलाउड मी टू ऑर्डर समथिंग फ्रॉम द होटल. सो या, आई वॉज ऑल्सो हंग्री. आई वॉज ऑल्सो, दिमाग काम नहीं कर रहा था. That's how much control they had over me, imagine. Okay, बहुत सारी stories हो गई हैं. In the end, I just want to say, I hope nobody goes through this. It's traumatizing as hell. And this was the worst start to a new year. But I hope yours is better. And I'm safe now. Don't worry about that. And I mean, like, this scam is real, very, very real. So if you feel like someone's acting weird, some friend is not contacting anybody, not picking calls, but also replying to messages and, you know, telling you, I'm fine, don't worry, etc. Just check up on them. Look for these cues. If you feel like someone's on a house arrest, this might be the reason. Here's a PSA to all the casting directors following me. इससे पहले कि मैं इस ट्रॉमा से डील कर लूँ, प्लीज़ मुझे ऑडिशन कर लो किसी रोल के लिए जिसमें आई कैन चैनल दिस ट्रॉमा.